ego death. Well, a lot of stuff, I guess. Hi, we're in my house now. We're in California. It's almost New Year's. Happy New Year's, everyone, December 31st. But yeah, I'm in my house. My parents are downstairs. My brother and sister are probably in their rooms. Um, yeah, this is my room over here, you know? I'm on my phone. I really did want to record. I was gonna get on my laptop and OBS and all that, but that seemed like a lot of work. So we're on my phone, and I just kind of needed to get this out there. Some stuff has happened, right? Obviously, it's been probably another month or 2 months since I've recorded. Again, whoops, I said I would upload more and then I didn't. I got a perm. I literally just woke up and it's like 1 o'clock. Yeah, it is 1 o'clock. But yeah, so got a perm. Kind of can tell. I don't know. Not really, to be honest. I got it really loose. You can kind of tell a little bit. That's not important. It's already been a minute and I've said nothing of use. But the whole reason I wanted to record this, well, I mean, there were a few other things, right? Like, oh, my 5K. I ran the 5K, did under 30 minutes. I got a Garmin now. We're like super into the running thing. Got 2 pairs of shoes. Going at least a couple times a week. It's been good. But yeah, little life updates. We're home. Okay, so big thing. A while ago, I posted a video talking about relationships and talking about this one girl that, the one that got away, and like how I was stuck. It seemed like I was stuck looking for her in other people. And I don't know, this girl I'd seen since sophomore year, sophomore year of high school. And then, knowing and seeing, it kind of fell apart. And then outside circumstances, this falls apart sophomore year. Outside circumstances, our friends are mean and talk badly about me to her, whatever, all this stuff. And then freshman year comes around of college, kind of reconnect a little bit. For graduation, I got her graduation, like senior year graduation, going from high school into college, got her a money tree, a plant, and she still has it. She still, I guess, waters it every day with her mom. And I think she said her mom like repotted it because it's grown so big. It's grown so big now that they've repotted it and they actually are continuing to take care of it, which is awesome. But she's she's going to school in the UK now, and she's just back for winter break. So that's cool. That's cool. Not the biggest thing, I guess. Anyways, last night we got to hang out, and this was a big thing, a big anticipation thing for me. Like, man, it's really hard to keep a coherent thought process going, right? But basically, she over the years we've kind of stayed in touch, like talked maybe once a year, like on and off, really small, not really anything serious, throughout these 7 years of existing, right? And then last year, she sends a picture of the plant and tells me how well it's doing and stuff, like just unprompted and stuff. So I'm like, okay, she's probably still thinking about me at least a little bit. And then so, um, this year, I think, I'll reach out. I'll Merry Christmas my way back into her life, And so I ended up, texting her, just happy holidays a few days after Christmas, because it's a little awkward right on Christmas, right? Because, you're probably hanging out with your family, probably spending time with them, and you don't want to, you don't want such a heavy text, I guess, or at least a text that you have to actually think about before, like while you're hanging out with your family, right? So waited a few days after Christmas, hit her with the happy holidays, and been thinking about you, and wondered if you wanted to catch up sometime. And then bang, it worked. She's actually like super down to hang out, very enthusiastic about it. It was great. text back and forth maybe once a day to plan this stuff, and then we get it all figured out. We're gonna smoke weed at the beach after getting food. Bang. And I think she's also really into weed, which is funny because, I'm pretty into it as well, and I've been trying to get off of it. I've been trying to get off of it recently. It's like my frontal lobe is developing a little bit, and it's probably not the greatest for me, right? At least the way that I use it habitually. So, been trying to get off of it, but, and I guess she is too. Not really. She's not. She just likes it a lot, but she can't really do it in the UK because it's illegal. So, there's that. But yeah. So this is going on, and we end up hanging out, and we hang out yesterday, and it's great. We spend the first 20 minutes like. I just pick her up, and we spent like 20 minutes just hanging out in the car, talking, like catching up already, whatever. End up going to Cane's, and then end up at the beach, just chairs and us and the weed, and we start smoking, and it's great. It's really, it literally goes the best possible way that I think it could have gone. And I've been talking for 6 minutes, and I haven't gotten to the point yet. But the point really is that it goes the greatest it possibly could have gone. Like, smoking, talking the whole time. We probably hang out for like 5 hours, and the entire time we're just talking, and it's great. And it's everything I could have wanted. I was really nervous about it, because there was a lot riding on it, like 7 years, and in past relationships I always end up thinking about her in these empty spaces without another person. I always end up thinking about her. There's so much context behind this, basically. That's why it's taken me 7 minutes to get to the point, because there's just so much context, right? And so, this meant a lot to me. I feel like there was a lot riding on it for me. And then, experiencing it, I guess I put so much of I don't know, my identity, my self-worth, my ego. It really is this ego feeling, right? Of like, wow, all these people that I've tried to connect with, they don't really get it. They don't understand. And this girl has given me music and shown me like plant and like little glimpses, and it seems like maybe she would finally understand. She would take me out of my observer role and seeing these outside, these like disassociating and seeing the social situation from a third person perspective, and like seeing what the other person is doing and noticing patterns and picking up on them. And I don't know what I thought, oh, she would understand and be able to take me out of this and realize and meet me at that level. And I think that's insane. I realize now that that's insane. She didn't meet my expectations. It was such an insane night. Like, literally, I was sitting there on the beach talking to her. We're smoking whatever we've smoked. We're super high. We probably get like too high. So we're there for a while, and we're just sitting like, wow, like, and then she's like explaining some random bullshit, and it's like, wow, this really isn't that deep of a conversation. Like, I'm listening to her ramble on, and it's a hard to follow train of thoughts, and I try to get my train of thoughts out, and it also, I guess, is hard to follow, or she's unable to follow it, and it's like she's not able to meet me there, I guess in my insane mind palace thoughts. And maybe it's partly because we're high, right? And it's hard to come up with a coherent train of thoughts when you're high, right? In a way that someone can follow. I mean, I'm having trouble doing it, and I'm completely sober, right? Like, it's a difficult thing to do, to have a story that's easily digestible and followable for other people, right? To organize your thoughts in a way that makes sense to other people. And I think that's an important skill to have. And and the weed makes it difficult. And I thought, I guess, see, now I'm rambling again, but basically, I thought that she would be able to meet my insane ramblings, like these videos, I guess, basically, right? Like, I just ramble on and on in these videos, and I don't know if anything ever comes out of it or if it ends up making sense, but I thought she would be able to meet me there, right? And I realized, she's just another human being, right? Like, these expectations, these rose-tinted glasses, this idealized version of her, these 7 years that I've built up, it it's it's completely unrealistic. And I think I tried to combine I feel and I think, and then we came with I think. But you know, I think that it doesn't work. You can't keep this perfect person doesn't actually exist. And there were parts, the thing is, it went really well. Like, there were parts that went really well. Like, we saw this, it was probably like a bird or a crab or something. It was a bird, for sure it was a bird. And but it was like super dark and we couldn't really make it out. It was like, oh, it could be a crab, or oh, it could be a squirrel. Like, these fun, like, observational artistic thoughts that I like making about things. It's like she was able to meet me there in these ways, and it was neat seeing like how dark it was staring out in the ocean compared to the coast, and seeing the light pollution and the clouds, and like it looked like a reverse sunset. And I was like, wow, that's a neat artistic interesting thought. And I shared it, and she was able to meet me there. Like, she was like, it does look like a reverse sunset, or like the waves, like how they just rolled, and it was like the patterns that they form. And it's like she said, like, oh, it's like skipping stones. It's like, it is like skipping stones. It's like, and I said, I don't even know if it makes sense, but it feels like a combo, like a video game, like rhythm game combo or something. She's like, yes, I do know exactly what you're talking about. So there are aspects where she was able to meet me, and but there were other aspects, like, I don't know, maybe it really was just high and it was impossible to form a complex thought, or to express a complex thought, I guess. um but even then, she said, yeah, I kind of have trouble comprehending things, and I don't know if that's just a me thing. And I was like, wow, like, oh no, it's totally fine, right? In the moment it's like, oh, it's totally fine. But in my head, obviously, I don't know, like, while all this stuff is going on, all this conversation, this back and forth is happening, I'm still like, I get taken out again. I get taken out as the observer. I start disassociating, start realizing, like, I'm noticing all these things in real time, and now I'm just unpacking them, and trying to document this insane feeling that I'm feeling right now, right? Like, this ego death, this realization that this girl isn't all that I've built her up to be. Even though it still went really well. It's so confusing. There's so much happening. I just need to get it down. I just need to record it. Even if it doesn't make sense to everyone, I hope it makes sense to future me, when I rewatch this. But, it's crazy. Like, it went well, but I still realize that she can't meet me in some areas, in some spots. And that's okay. Now I have to think, and I have to be like, would I be happy with this person anyways? Like, is this someone that I would want to be with? Like, even just out like outside of the perfect illusion of her, this the actual real version of her that it went well with, is this someone that I still like, right? And I came into this being so worried that she wouldn't like me, that I wouldn't live up to any expectations. But if anything, it was the complete opposite. And just sitting there in the beach chair, being taken out of this experience, this perfect experience, and then being like, like, wow, like experiencing this third person ego death. You know, I keep saying ego death, I keep saying this disassociation, but that's really what it felt like. It was like I've never experienced it before, you know, like I felt like my entire worldview was crumbling before me in this perfect situation. Like it was it was so cinema, I guess. It was so poetic in a way. Like I genuinely truly felt in that moment like my world was crumbling, even though it was still going insanely well. But I just realized like this person that I had built in my head is fake, and these she will never live up to that person in my head, and I'm just repeating the same things because it's just it I don't know, it really impacted me, I guess. Like they will never live up to it, and I've built my whole identity, my ego, my sense of self, I guess, around this person, this idea, I guess. You know, like in these moments of silence, where I'm not talking to anyone, or I'm not even in a relationship, it's like, wow, I don't know, like I feel like I'm still looking for parts of them, for parts of her in these new people, right? And then finally meeting her again and seeing who she's become as a person, and you know, like who she actually is as a person, you know? It's like it's completely different. Like my perception of her when I was 16, I guess, and when she was 16, you know, like my perception of 16-year-old her as a 16-year-old, and like these little crumbs and snippets that we get, like, you know, or throughout the years, like these crumbs and snippets that we get throughout the years, and like this perfect form of her that I formed in my head, you know, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, and it crumbled. It just crumbled before me, and this was my entire worldview, and I just watched it collapse in front of me. Like as we had a beautiful night, like it really was awesome. Like I hugged her, um, meeting her, and hugged her leaving, right? And she initiated both of those, and she said like, oh, it was really fun, and oh, I really was like, I was also curious about how you're doing. And you know, so like she actually was thinking about me, like literally. I think it was the most perfect it could have possibly gone, with a real person, like with an actual person, and not this idealized version in my head, basically, you know. And I've repeated the same thing again and again, and I think at this point I will just continue to say the same things. But it went super super well, basically as good as it possibly could have gone with an actual person, compared to this and this fake idealized version of this person doesn't actually exist. And and I realize that now, and I don't know, I'm still processing it. I don't really know. I don't know if it feels relieving, or you know, parts of me are relieved, like wow, um you know, I really do have a lot going for me. I can connect. Like this was the most stressed I'd ever been about meeting someone before, and I nailed it, and it was great, and it was perfect. And it's like, well, if I'm that nervous about that, and it went this well, like I can do anything, right? I can, you know, it's a confidence booster. It's a big weight off my shoulders, I guess. I'm no longer wondering. I'm no longer thinking, wondering if she's thinking about me. Because the answer, I guess, was yes. The answer, I guess, was yes. Like, is that not insane? That's not crazy. Like, all my hopes and dreams were manifested in some ways, right? But in others, it was shattered, and my reality was brought forth. And um, I don't know. I really don't know. I had to record this. I need to get my thoughts out there. And I really love talking. Like, it's just so much fun to talk. But, you know, she did a lot of the talking, to be honest. I felt like she had to do a lot of the talking. Otherwise, if I tried to say something, I would lose her. you know, I would lose the interestingness, the sparkle, because I don't know, because I couldn't form coherent thoughts, or she wasn't able to comprehend the thoughts that I was sharing, like, you know, but I was able to kind of follow with hers. But even then, it was rambly and, you know, sort of hard to follow, and I had to do some mental gymnastics and make it, you know, make it make sense. It took effort to make it make sense. And, you know, it just made me realize, here I go saying the same things, but she's just a human being, you know. Everyone really is just a human being. And I really thought that she would be my savior, and and that she would be able to take me out of this observer perspective. And I still find myself in this observer perspective. And I guess it truly, truly means that this is a me issue. This is a me personal issue, and that I had this, there's something that I have to resolve up in this messed up head of mine, you know. But, you know, it really went well. It went well. And I'm really glad that I reached out and that this happened. And you know, I got one more semester of college, right? So we gotta make it count. We gotta make it count. And, you know, maybe this will be that. It'll help me be more free, I guess. I don't know. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this works and I can post this.